and welcome once again, AllTakesValid, episode 36. As always, I go by Trill Trayy, joined once again with Spence, our SP21.
This is Aaron Murray, baby.
And we have two special fans today, two special guests, two probably the biggest Buccaneers fans that I personally know. One of my best friends, Chris. Happy birthday, by the way, to Chris. And my
happy
boy
birthday,
Rick,
Chris.
who I have
Aquarius season though. Hey,
let's go, hey. Team Aquarius.
My birthday's next
week. We
week.
got three of y'all.
On Sunday.
Happy birthday.
I'll shout you out, brother.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, Vick just had a
Thank
birthday
you,
too.
man. Thank you.
That's crazy. It was meant to be this way.
Right.
So Vick, we're
sir.
gonna give everybody a rundown of this episode.
All right, so real quick, just want to give a real quick shout out to all the Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans out there. We did it. It's a long time coming. Still going through the emotions, trying to soak it in. Just excited. Just feel like I haven't really been able to express how happy and just relieved that this day has finally came. It was a great experience. One time for all the Buccaneer fans, Rick, and Chris, real quick, I'm gonna say it one time. Y'all know what to do. Tampa!
Bay!
All right. I
Oh,
know,
Spence, I know that hurt you a little bit, brother.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the recap of what we're gonna be going over today. So first things first, Super Bowl recap. Bucs beat the Kansas City Chiefs 31-9. We'll talk about that. We have the Kevin Garnett comments that we will elaborate on what was said and our thoughts and opinions on that. Followed by the NFL honors. So, every award that was given out, we will be talking about that. And then to finish off, we will talk about the Hall of Fame inductees and the snubs that we believe that should have been or shouldn't have been. So with that being said, again,
shout out to Rondé. Shout out to Rondé. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Rondé.
Hall of Fame snub.
Yeah. Which I gotta go back and watch the video for all Bucs fans. He had posted up a video today on YouTube giving a breakdown of the championship game, letting you know his thoughts and opinions on offensively and defensively of play-by-play. So if you want to check that on YouTube, look up Rondé Barber, Tampa Bay Buccaneers breakdown of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl victory. So again,
hey, Vic, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Which song did you like better, Deuces or the Deuces remix?
Oh man, I'm still trying to debate on that. Honestly, I'm not sure which one I'd have to. I'm gonna probably go with the remix.
Yeah, so you're a Winfield fan. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'm just shouting out your wallpaper.
I got where that was going.
Oh yeah.
I would say I got that where it's going.
Hey, Vic
So
was like,
Vick's
man,
over here trying to break it down like which
Oh,
seven
like-
better.
ninth grade, Hillsborough High School. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
So Tiger or Drake? Which one? Wait.
So again, Bucs beat the Kansas City Chiefs 31-9. So first things first, we got our two special guests, Rick and Chris. Rick, go ahead and let you give your take on the game.
All right. Man, where do I even start? Let's start with the defense, obviously. Not allowing a touchdown against one of the most high-powered offenses or whatever you want to call it. I would call it gimmicky, just like the Bucs did. It's a lot of gadget plays and get an extra blocker here and get outside and take off. But the Bucs were ready. They didn't really play a whole lot of man. They played a lot of zone coverage, and they sent 4 rushers, and they got there. I mean, their O-line was Swiss cheese. They have 4 guys that were not starters, and that's one of the hardest. That's the most important part is the trenches. We all know that you win the trenches, and your day is a lot easier. So to not even have, honorable guys to play that position, they were my guy. Hey, Pat Mahomes ran for 495 or 99 yards behind the line of scrimmage, escaping the defense. That's insane. 500 yards of running behind the line of scrimmage. That was crazy. Tom and Gronk on the offense. Shout out to a little bit of offense. Tom and Gronk, that connection is just like, I feel like they just waited to keep it under wraps for pretty much the whole season. Gronk spent a lot of time blocking, being the extra man up there. But clearly the chemistry is still there. They love each other. I don't know if y'all saw the two Tutties video, but I thought that was hilarious, bro. I never heard that before, and I thought that was so great. And then shout out to Playoff Lenny, though, for real. Rojo pretty much did his thing, too, when he got his chances. But Playoff Lenny, man, Super Bowl Lenny, he even stepped up from Playoff Lenny, in my opinion. Like, he was running with too much authority out there. The O-line did a great job blocking. You see Ali Marpet on that touchdown run. Ali Marpet was way downfield, shoved the defender way. It was a DB. He didn't have no chance. They just played complimentary football. They all worked together, played a clean game, had like 4 penalties, one of which was the deuces. I know y'all know. But overall, man, it was a dominating performance by the Bucs, I would say. Like, the Chiefs, you talking about the mom, Pat Mahomes' mom, talking about the refs and sometimes the refs, like, when they're not going to call everything, right? But when it's blatantly obvious and the ref has no choice but to call the flag, like, what you lined up off sides. Like, I can't not call that. Everybody on 100 million people were watching the Super Bowl. Everybody saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a couple of them. So, like, the defensive pass interference. Yeah. One of those was not catchable, in my opinion. So I'd say a couple of them might have been ticky-tack calls, but, bro, they were all out. So you can't even throw that shit out the window. Sorry about my language. I don't know if you guys are good. But
are you good?
Yeah, man, it was a great game. We dominated them, and I'm so glad to watch that and be a part of that. And I was like right outside the stadium. I wasn't lucky enough to get in, but yeah, man, I was outside. I was with a lot of Bucs fans that I know that are really big Bucs fans, like I was saying, and it was cool, man. It was just cool to see the fireworks, the flyover. Like, it felt like I was there without being there. Really, like, I couldn't even really be mad not being there. I still had fun, and I still appreciated the win, so that was good.
All right. Chris?
Well, first, man, I know on the pre-show we talked about this a little bit, but Ricky, I got to shout you out, man. You're like one of the biggest Tampa sports fans that I know, man. You keep me up to date. You're like the Adam Scheffler of Twitter with the play-by-play, man. So I appreciate you doing that, because when I'm at work, man, we don't got cable at times, man.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard if you don't have the people that put the information out. All you gotta do is put the little alarm notification on, bro. That shit'll pop up on your phone, and just like a text, bro. If you look at your phone 45 minutes later, you still see it. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, I just try to do my due diligence. My brother, he's in the Army, so he can't really be on his phone too much, but like, he gets a lot of my information. So I just do it I know a lot of people hate it on Facebook. A lot of people like, damn, Rick made another post. Damn, Rick. It's like, yeah, but I'm just like, I know a lot of people who tell me like, yo, like, keep doing that, because I kind of need it. Like, you're like my source. And I'm like, well,
and it's a credible source at that, you know?
Yeah. Because I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna put nothing phony out. Like, there was a report that Levante David was talking about being the highest paid linebacker. And then clearly Levante David spoke out and said, yo, if the source ain't credible and it's not from me, you ain't got the right source. You know what I'm saying? Just let me enjoy this win, and just like, damn, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, my guy will not take 18 million, bro. The going rate for the best linebacker is 18 million. Levante David's not gonna take 18 million, bro.
Well, listen, we got a credible source in Miami, A.K. Spence, that has a close contact to David's contract.
Listen. Just play it high aspect. He got a ring. Listen, it's cool you want to run it back, but this money is free, baby. All we have to do is slide you a check and a pen and say, write it.
Levante's already made it public that he wants to stay in Tampa.
That's
He's gonna do
fine.
what he has to do.
He's
never been
came
that
out.
player.
Y'all saw
That's
what
fine.
Shaq said too. Shaq said they're trying to get a deal done pretty much as soon as possible, and that he loves it here. He said that the fans were super accepting of him and felt like he already had love here. You know what I mean? The team gave him a chance. He just got a house here. Like it's too much that he loves about Tampa that he wants to work it out. Bro, how could you get with the best quarterback? Like you finally link up with the best quarterback ever. And then you're like, hey, that was fun, but now I'm finna go over here to the Colts or somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's somebody interested, but like they always go after a nice linebacker with what they run. And it's just like I don't see Shaq peeling. I don't see it. And Levante ain't peeling. It's gonna be hard to sign everybody though. I'm not gonna cap.
Yeah.
I think it would be Godwin. If anybody would possibly be gone. And I think,
but check me out though. Why can't we franchise tag Chris Godwin and give him a nice raise? My guy's making like $900,000. You know what I'm saying? Give him a nice. That's a nice raise to be paid with one of the top five wide receivers in the league for one season, until we could get more money next season. And then Tom, I don't know if y'all are up on the Bucs news like that. I don't know. A couple of us Bucs fans are, but Tom Brady said, "I'm finna restructure my shit, and we'll give that money to whoever." You know what I'm saying? Let's run it back. Let's keep the team and let's run it back. And why not?
And also, Mike Evans.
We got the 11th most cap space in the NFL.
Right. And also, Mike Evans also stated recently that after the game, that he's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure Chris Godwin stays. So if he has to take some of his money,
sir, give me $5 million. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like just, and he can. So like, what you could do too, you restructure the contract, but then you put all that money in incentives, and you get 1,000 yards. Oh, guess what? We'll give you another $2 million. My guy's gonna get 1,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gotten 7 in a row. Shout out to Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big Mike. But hey, they're all. I'm not gonna say they're all gonna take a pay cut. It's gonna be hard, but we're gonna keep majority. Hey, Adamakin Suh. This is my take on Adamakin Suh. I don't know if we were gonna get into that, but Adamakin Suh could possibly retire. I mean, my guy finally won a championship, and his wife's pregnant with twins. So it's like he's been in the league a while. He's been around. He finally, you know what I'm saying? He could go out on top if he chooses.
Hey, Rick.
It's going to be really hard to step away from Tom Brady, bro.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought that Suh would have got a ring, right, from that same draft class McCoy was in, and McCoy was drafted by the Bucs?
The real 93, bitch.
Isn't that like me? That's a whole like 180 there, right?
Yep, it's a 93 to infinity. Real, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, for me, man, it's just I've been a Bucs fan since '99. I've known Trayy since literally that year. And when we won, I remember I moved from Tampa to St. Pete, and I remember being in like science class and hearing the "Welcome to Tampa" song. Right, it was 2003. We had just won the ship, but after that, man, it was like a drought, man. Like I almost wanted Lil Wayne to come back talking about the drought was over, but it wasn't over, man. Like, we were literally thirsty for 18 years, man. And it's been tough. It's very symbolic that we have, a pirate for a mascot and a ship as, kind of that symbol, right, for being a Bucs fan, because that sometimes you want to jump off that plank. Yeah. And it was tough, like we don't have a ton of real deal fans here, right? And I can say that because I've seen it. I've lived in Tampa for 20 plus years. But I'll tell you, man, I went to a Steelers game with Trayy for his 30th birthday in 2019. And I had all my Bucs gear on. I'm wrapped out with the Bucs gear. But the fandom that was out there is what really, what I was wanting to crave here, right? So when I got back, that was the first thing I said. I said, I wish that we just got that hunger, to be a fan, because it's hard. And the thing is, you also got to remember that in Florida, there's a lot of those snowbirds that come in. So we don't have a lot of those native Floridians or those
there's a lot of
Tampa.
There's a lot of Steelers fans here, I will say. Trey knows probably a few of them, but
Patriots fans too.
Yeah, everywhere, bro. It's
Giants fans.
It's a melting pot here. I could definitely.
Everybody that we knew growing up, they probably moved to New York, Boston, California. Like everybody that's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan aren't here. Like the few of us that are still here, you know,
Yeah.
for the Bucs.
I'll be honest, man. At times, I feel like we're a walking Browns or a walking Lion, right? And you know, it's tough, man. When you go out there, you know, I travel a lot, right, for work and personal. But I go out there and they say, "Hey, where you from? Tampa?" I'm like, yeah. Who do you root for? You say the Bucs. It's like you get that, like, really? Why?
Wait, what?
And it's like, and to be honest, man, it's not a good feeling, right? And I try to be as a humble dude as possible. I don't talk smack. But once we won, it was an all out. Like, listen, I didn't give up. I'm not gonna curse, but I just didn't give no more. You know?
Yeah, I'm the same way. Hey, bro, it's kind of hard as a Bucs fan to really talk smack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me personally, like, I don't get the idea of. I mean, there's like fun back and forth. You know what I mean? But sometimes you run into those fans that it's like, oh, well, we're gonna beat y'all today, da da da, and it's like, bro, I forgot that you played wide receiver, dog. Like,
Ricky, check this out. I'm at the NFL experience. I'm flicking up for a photo. I have my brother-in-law taking a photo of me, right? I'm taking a photo for like my dry January that I went 30 plus days without drinking alcohol, right? And I'm trying to get like a little, you know, personal photo. I got 4 Chiefs fans. They're probably like 22 years old talking about, hey, you got the wrong jersey on. You guys are going to lose. And it's just like, damn, dude, like, I didn't even acknowledge you, dude. Like, I don't even know who you are, you know? Like,
yeah.
And that's the part where it's just, there is a lack of, there's a lack of respect in the game, man. And that's where I feel like
there's a lack of respect and there's not a lack of disrespect. Like, I feel like every other team's fans hates the Bucs. Like, I guess because they just lose all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to be a Bucs fan, bro. Like, it really is. Like, I got season tickets in 2013. If we look back at 2013, we're talking Greg Schiano, we're talking Mike Glennon, we're talking
what was the going rate?
We're talking 0-8 to start. You know what I'm saying? The going rate was like $300 some. Like,
what about now?
When you get on the payment plan, you pay.
Oh, it's crazy.
Right, so you might pay like 5 months the first season, but then the next season they give you a 12-month plan. So say your ticket is $100 a seat or whatever. So my ticket's up top. I like sitting up top. I can see the whole defense, whole offense. I don't like sitting low really, but I pay like I want to say like $550. So I end up paying like $45 or $50 a month.
How does that work? How does that work as like obviously grandfathered in price almost, like obviously the tickets are going to go up, but do you get like something?
You kind of like if you sign up for next season, they give you a discount. But so like as soon as we signed Tom Brady, prices went up.
Right.
Yep.
Prices going up.
Bitcoin.
Then we signed Gronk. You know what I'm saying? Prices went it was like 11% raise in price, but they gave the people who stayed on the break. And but man, see that's how they do it though. So now we won the Super Bowl. The price is really gonna go up. So my grandfather, he had season tickets since '76. He gave them up around like 2005 because there was a waiting list. So back in the day, Bucs fans were everywhere. There was 100,000 people that wanted to get Bucs tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like back when we had the defense that we had, and you know we finally got the offense that really didn't do shit for us. The defense carried us the whole way, but they raised the prices. My grandfather had season tickets since day one, and they're talking about, oh, we need a deposit for the seat. If we don't get a deposit, then obviously the next person in line is going to get it. But then the prices for the same seat are just going up and going up. So he like finally was like, yo, I'm not trying to do it anymore, and gave him up. But that's how it goes, man. Like when we're bad, it's cheap, but then just like everything, you know what I mean? Supply and demand, bro.
I'll leave you with this one here, man. You guys had asked the question, obviously, what we thought about the game. I think it was critical that we probably played our best 2 halves against one, the Packers, and B, the Chiefs, right? If you looked at both the third and fourth quarters of both those games, I think that was the advantage of what the Bucs had. They had game tape, and they had really a vision on how to obviously beat both teams. For me, I'm usually a better man, and I usually bet, like I was betting on I made some decent money for, throughout the playoffs, but the Super Bowl I didn't want to bet on just because I wanted to, kind of focus more on the game rather than the money.
And the joy, right?
Yeah, the joy, right? Like, when is this ever going to happen? Think about it. We didn't just go to a Super Bowl, our second, right, in franchise history, but we hosted a Super Bowl, right? And I don't think people are really taking that part in. because I don't know if that's ever going to be, get done again. The NFL is over 100 years old. And there's only one hosted,
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like, I guess the chances of this happening, cold weather teams or warm weather teams, you don't always get to host the game, right? So they pick specific markets, specific stadiums, specific weather, right? Look what happened when they hosted in New York. They thought it was going to snow. I don't think they're going back there for a while, So the opportunity to not only go to the Super Bowl but host it, it's rare. It's almost like finding a rare Charizard at this point.
Well, with that though, so I don't know how true this is. The Bucs just did spend a lot of money upgrading the stadium to host the college football championship, to host the Super Bowl, to host WrestleMania. But the NFL, I believe there was a report out before when we secured hosting the Super Bowl, that's going to be pretty much our last Super Bowl until we get a new stadium. And
can we get a roof?
I mean, that would make a lot of sense. I don't know if it would go against tradition or if they would want to keep kind of the hot, that's kind of an advantage. You know what I mean? Teams come down here that are from up north, and they come down here in, mid-summer, and it's y'all been to the games, 90 degrees outside, face burnt.
I would like a retractable roof.
That would be cool. I wouldn't be opposed to a shaded. Well, look what Miami did. I would be cool with that, even if shaded. Even the field is open, but the shade over the fans. I mean, there's a lot of different. I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions, but there's a lot of different things that you can do. But to go and build a new stadium when the Rays can't fund a stadium or don't want to, that's a whole different topic for a different day, and I don't even care to have it because at this point, like, bro, just take the Rays. Like, I don't watch baseball, so like I'm kind of impartial.
Listen, but if you think about like the iconic teams, right? They have an iconic stadium, right? So that's how we start. I don't think we need a new stadium. Additions are never a bad thing, right? We're changing things up. I like the idea of the Miami roof line. Like, I don't think we're going away from Ray J by doing something like that because they're still keeping obviously higher in. But if you look at the Packers, if you look at some of the great teams, they have these iconic stadiums that have been around for decades and decades at a time. And I think that's how we start with the culture, right? We win the Super Bowl. We build momentum. We continue with the fan base. We grow the market. We grow the fan base. And then we keep the stadium. Raymond James, man, like, I remember when that was built. And the stadium for the college championship and the Super Bowl, some of the most beautiful events that I've ever seen, especially the Super Bowl. I had to walk up yesterday because I haven't been in Tampa all week. Right. And I walked up to the stadium yesterday, and Ricky, I got to be honest, man. Like, I got goosebumps. I couldn't even recognize Raymond James because how beautiful it looked. There was just a lot of attention to detail that they put to it. And just imagine if the Glazers want to spend more into that stadium, right? What they did with the scoreboard was awesome. It's just amazing and beautiful. And I think getting rid of it or, getting a new stadium, that would just kind of throw off our momentum going into a new crew, if you will.
You know what I appreciate probably the most about the upgrade, other than the big, giant jumbotrons that they made, but the sound system, bro. If you've been to a game recently, you've heard it.
Yep.
It's different, bro. It's way louder. It's way more crisp. Like, you work in that field, right? This audio stuff, and like, you understand when something sounds a lot better. I mean, it's just like TV, bro. They're getting there, bro. You see the 8K or whatever camera they were like, bro, come on, like, that shit look like Madden, bro. Like, it didn't even look like it was, bro. It's crazy, bro. Like,
the audio, I definitely noticed it when we played the Saints and last
year, under the seats. Like, bro, they got speakers under the seats and stuff. Like, it's right there. Like, yeah,
it's definitely a cool experience, man. But I'm just fortunate, man. I'm fortunate to be a Bucs fan. I'm fortunate to have held on because, man, like, you've wanted to give up so many times, and you kind of just at this point, like, want to put the brown bag or go grab a Publix bag, man, and just walk the plank at this point, man. And it's just cool, man.
And to touch a little bit, like, with the bandwagon, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fully opposed to being, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just touched on it. Like, we need to get the Bucs fans back on board. We need to get people that believe that the Bucs can go in to the stadium and beat another team. we have to build that. But come one, come all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter. It don't matter to me. The more Bucs fans, the better, in my opinion. And to us, really true Bucs fans on the podcast, our friends, all these other people that we know, it means something different to us, bro. The feeling of it is way different. It's not just like, oh, the Bucs won the Super Bowl. It's like, bro, what? Like what? Like,
and how we
I
did
even
it and where we did it,
bro.
Yeah,
like it's a different feeling, bro. It's totally way more shocking. It feels way better. But like all these new people that want to wear Bucs stuff, and come on, bro, post about the Bucs, wear jerseys,
I
fly a flag.
I saw Ricky. I'll leave you guys with this, and sorry if we're talking on our end too much, Trey, Vic, Spence, but obviously this is a magical moment. We're excited, we're happy, and you know, we just want to rejoice, man. I almost feel like going to church this weekend, man, just because you know, I felt the spirits, man, right? But listen, the whole bandwagon thing, I knew that was catching on towards like the second half of the season, because you saw more fans come in, you know, posting on social media. I truly encourage it, right? I encourage it because we need this, right? And we do require support and help, because a lot of times, you know, if you look at some of the more, I guess, popular teams or some of the most successful teams, their stadiums are loud. I mean, look at the Chiefs. They have one of the loudest stadiums, if not the loudest stadium. So we need that. And the thing is Ricky, you alluded to it. We have basically the hot bowl, right? Where we have the weather, right, to our advantage. If we can get some screaming, sweaty fans in there, man, to pack that stadium, obviously after COVID, then that would be a huge plus, where we have truly the 12th man. And a lot of those successful teams always advertise the 12th man. And so with the bandwagon, listen, come on. Like at this point,
look at the game. Look at the game, though. Having a Super Bowl at home with no cannons, the neutral site or whatever you want to call it, Pat Mahomes had trouble hearing. Like if you saw in a couple of plays, they were struggling when they were down there in their own, you know, in their own side.
Yeah,
they were struggling to get the play out, and so they had to spend a couple timeouts that weren't really necessary, in my opinion. But the fans that were there, I thought it would be not as many Bucs fans. I don't know why, because they gave a lot of tickets to the, you know, the nurses and everything like that. So obviously from Tampa, not everybody's a Bucs fan. Maybe they would dress up because they got blessed with the ticket. Right. They might just wear, you know, red because both teams, whatever. But like they're there and they were being loud, bro. Whether it was for both teams or just the Bucs, but Pat Mahomes,
where were you?
Bro, and that was a limited crowd. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what we could do, bro. Dog, the iconic, like we were doing at the beginning of Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when you're in the stadium and there's majority Bucs fans, because it's not that many times that there is, the feeling of that side to side, like, bro, the stadium
gives
is
you goosebumps.
The waves, bro. It's like the ship is definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're shooting a free throw on 2K and you're rattled, that bitch is